there is something new I want to do here on this page, Look Viking on Facebook. I want to do what I have given the name of live stream design. Put up such live videos on Facebook and perhaps elsewhere also. Live stream design is where a designer is creating a new design, and the designer does this in a live stream video, so that the designer is doing this live, just like I'm talking here. Let's see what time it is right now. The time in New York is now 9:58 p.m. It's nearly 10 o'clock in the evening on December 30, second last evening of the year 2017. And the time in Los Angeles right now is 6:58 p.m. I guess many people in California are sitting down and having dinner, maybe watching TV news, something like that. In New York, some people are going out, they want to have a good time, going to some pubs or clubs or something. Others are just going to sleep. That's how it is. But I would be interested in doing live stream design sessions. That means that I would be creating a new design and doing it in a live video, and those who are watching can comment and suggest, and maybe it would be possible to have a featured guest, and the guest would have his or her opinions on how this or that should be, and this color here, this color there, and so on and so forth. And then when the live stream design session would be finished with a new product, and at the beginning of the live streaming session we don't know what is going to come out of it, because there might come some suggestion and things go into a completely new direction. That is pretty interesting in itself. So at the end of the session, this new design would simply be uploaded into the internet, and the product that comes out of this would be made available immediately. Now, I'm going to do something right now. I am simply going to go into a live stream design session. I have already prepared myself for that. And let's create here a scarf. You can see a little bit of this on the screen, and I'm going to show you that this is the shape that we were looking at right now. And this particular pattern that comes from this probably 9th or 10th century brooch that belonged to some wealthy woman in the upland region in Sweden in the beginning of the Viking Age. These patterns, I have already created scarves with these patterns, and also actually Sherpa fleece blankets. And I'm going to show you those two. This is one scarf that is already available, and here is another scarf that is also available. This is the same pattern. This is a scarf, I call this blood red sunset over Kattegat. This I call the winter Viking queen. So those are two scarves that are created using exactly the same pattern. But as you can see, they are completely different. And this is something I'm going to do now. I'm going to create a new design right now. I've already prepared for this, and I have created a color scheme for this scarf. So as you can see, this is pretty much different from those two that I have already. So this will be the third scarf with this particular pattern. And let us simply dive into this. Now I'm going to take these colors and I'm going to create a new scarf design, and I'm going to do it here live. Now I want to tell you something. This is, in fact, more special than you may at first think it is, because I checked out, I wanted to know who had been doing something like this live stream designing. And I found out that probably nobody had done this. That means that this is something new. Creating a design like this in a live streaming video in real time. This is happening now. If I say something stupid, it's out there. This is a live video. I can't say, oops, let's rewind and let's edit this. I can't edit anything. I'm talking to you now as we were checking out here what time it is. So if you are watching this live, this is happening now. It's 10:04 p.m. in New York on December 30 of 2017. And if you go to the other side of the United States or Canada, if you go to Vancouver or Los Angeles or state of Washington, then the time there exactly now is 7:05 p.m. So this is happening now, and if I have a hiccup or if, something, if I have a heart attack, God forbid, then that's what it is. So I'm creating here the 3 basic colors, and then I'm going to create some accents here. I'm going to use, in Photoshop, there are many brushes that you can use. And I'm going to use here a brush that is named Kyle's Concept Brushes Clouds, Fat Clouds. I'm going to give this a little bit more life here. I'm working here in Photoshop. And let's give it this color here, which I had already. And let's see. It's a little bit too large, maybe. A little bit too strong. So I'm adding this accent here, as you can see. Let's change the color. And let's do some more here. So why am I doing this? What will come out of this? Let's just see. We are creating this right now. This is happening live. And as far as I know, this is something actually new that you are witnessing here. So this is formally the first live stream design session of Look Viking. And let's just see if people like this and if it will make sense to continue this. I'm adding here these extra colors into this space to kind of make it more alive and to increase the number of colors that are on this space. And here I'm going to take this one color here and I'm going to add it here to this on the left. And then I'm going to take this color here. Let's see. Here. Maybe I should show you the whole thing. How about that? I'm going to fetch this color here and add this to here. Now you may be asking, what am I doing with this? And how is this here going to look somehow similar to this here? Now let's see. The point is, I'm creating a new design here. That is what is happening here live. But of course, I'm not creating the shapes themselves. I'm creating the color scheme. And so what take this here a little bit like this. A little bit more bright blue here. So I have created like a template, and so what I'm doing here, I'm not creating the shapes and forms, I'm just creating the colors. So let's see what I do now. Now I will select the entire layer where the original pattern is, and now you can see it. I'm going to inverse this, and then I'm going to take these colors that I created, and I'm actually going to take a copy of it so that I can go back, and I am cutting this out. I'm also, because those extra accents that I was creating here, I created them in its own layer. So I'm also cutting that away. How does this look? Something is happening here. Now, this is pretty flat, as you can see. What we need here is a little bit of light and shadows to kind of bring out the three-dimensional aspect of this. And we are going to do this now. Let's play a little bit with this. I'm going to take this here and create these dark shadows here in this color. And let's see what comes out of this, like this. What's going on here? Am I completely ruining this already? Well, let's see. Let's see what comes out of this here, like this. And we're gonna put some of this blue color here. This is the first time I do this, actually, in a live video. So I hope that I will be able to get some comments and people will tell me what they thought. Did they think this was interesting or not interesting at all, maybe? But this is really the first try. And then finally, we're taking this here, this color here, picking that color up, taking a darker color here, and we actually need to have this even darker than this. It's almost black here. So what are we going to do now? Is it completely ruined? Well, I hope not. Actually, I don't think it's ruined. So, the shadows that are supposed to be there to kind of make the forms pop so that you start seeing it as a three-dimensional object, but not just a flat object as we were seeing it there. The shadows, I have already created these shadows, and what I need to do is to select those. Here they come. Now they pop out. And I inverse this, and I go up here, and I cut this out. Do you see this now? The shadows are exactly where they should be, because I had created this template before. Now we want to have lighter sparkles or lighter shades, so that we get this even more alive. So I'm picking up this color here, but I'm going to take it even lighter. And now I need to kind of disperse this. I'm going to take another color here. It's like this. Maybe here it is actually a good idea to kind of create a frame here, so that I cannot paint here. I can only paint here. Is this light enough? Should I have it even lighter, even more towards white? Yes, I think so. So let's just throw this in here. Even let's take it like this. And we need even lighter than this. Some here. Some here. A little bit here. A little bit here and here also. Need some of it here and up here. Let's make it even more wide. Just a little bit here, a little bit here, here. So, what am I going to do now? I fetch the right one here. Okay. I'm going to create the lights for the blue one here in the middle, and for that I need those tones like the blue one here, and we are in the right frame, of mind, both in the right frame and in the right frame of mind, I hope. Let's play with this here, a little bit more grayish maybe. So here it's like this, and first comment. Hello, Arik. You have the most distinguished position, Mr. Arik Nielsen Sandridge, to be the first person to comment on a live stream design video at the Look Viking Facebook page. Congratulations. If you'd like to say anything, just comment. Nothing you say will... Let's see. Okay. This is okay. Now we are going to the animal on the right. This is the third animal that we were looking at here. We see that this is the head, the red here. That's here. I stretched it a little bit so that it would fit the shape. And here, down here to the right, we see those two front legs, and we see them here. More specifically here. Now this was not the right color, so let's cut that out. And I'm going to pick up this brown color here and put the light here so that this will sparkle nicely also, creating the three-dimensional effect. For this, now I'm just doing this kind of in the spur of the moment. I don't actually know if I'm doing this too fast, too slow. I don't know if it's truly enjoyable to watch. Of course, this is just the first time I'm doing this, and later on I might perhaps have a featured guest, and then we would have a kind of a more lively conversation. Now I'm going to select the shapes that create the light sparkles. Do select all, and here we can see them. I do inverse, and let's duplicate this, and voila. Do we see this? Now, since this is all in its own layers, I can turn this on and off, on and off. And I can also decrease the opacity of this, or increase the opacity. So here we are. Now the next thing is the outlines. If you take a look again at the color scheme that I had created, this is how it looks like. Maybe not quite, but still pretty close. Perhaps I might increase, I might add a little bit form, base forms add, and gonna add this color here. Gonna throw in a few accents in this color down here. Maybe even get it a little bit stronger red, like this. And something more. How about here? Add a little bit here of this color. And here. And again, I do the same thing. I select the basic forms and I cut out the excess like this. So, how does this look? I think it's not too bad. As you can see, the other two scarves that I had already designed, here is the blood red sunset over Kattegat and the winter Viking, very cool. We are headed for something quite different here, as you can see. Now, the point is that these shapes also have outlines, meaning that they have defined outlines. And now I'm going to add some outlines. I'm trying to do this, you know, not be too long doing this. Oh, I'm adding this color here and I was searching on the internet. I got the idea that it could be fun to do something like this in a live video and allow people to watch. And of course, I thought that because this is not really the first time anyone does a live video, that's obvious. So I thought that someone must have done that also. What were these people doing and how were they doing it? And so I made a search. I made a very comprehensive search on the internet. And I found out, to my great surprise, that I couldn't find that anyone had done this. And which means that you are possibly here watching the first live stream design session. I say possibly, but at least I was looking for this. I was trying to find someone having done a similar thing, and I couldn't find it. So I had to say that I was pretty surprised. Now let's try to speed this up here a little bit. I don't want anyone to fall asleep while watching this, obviously. Let's try this. What I'm doing here is I'm putting on the colors that will end up as the outlines. I may be going a little bit over the edge now, I don't know. But since we are doing this in a layered environment in Photoshop, that means that we can always cut out if things are not as nice as we were hoping for. Now in the future, I would be interested in doing something like this, like doing this in a live stream. And it would be nice if it would be possible to get some you know, in some guests that would be actually interesting to have on a show like this. And just talking about this and that while we're doing this. And so we will see how that will work out. Okay, I think this is enough. So what are we going to do now? First, I'm going to duplicate this. So I still have this. And we are going to search the outlines. Now let us see. I think that we can choose outlines here, 12 points. 12 points. 12 points en French. Here this pops out. And then we select the layer where the outline colors are, and we inverse this, and bingo. How is this? It's not so bad, actually. We can also decrease the strength of this, a bit like this. But at least I'm not going to spend too much time now. I'm simply going to select all these forms here. I I think these are all. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to send them over to the next image. And where is that image? That is this image here. I'm going to combine this into one shape, and now I am going to make this a little bit smaller. Something like this. There is a border running around this now, and I'm going to select some nice colors for that. Let's see, how about this one? And this, and how about this here? Can't spend an hour on this. I'm trying to do this, you know, reasonably fast, so that people will feel that something is happening. It's not a, you know, it's not a deadly boring thing to watch. This blue color here, and this blue color here. Now the beauty of this is that I'm working here in layers, and now you say, oops, what's he doing now? He's spoiling the whole thing by putting this blue X on here. But actually it's not that bad. Because what I'm going to do now, since I put here the base colors, maybe I should select a lighter blue here. Something like this. Here again. And here again. Yep. Next thing to do is to select the outlines of the border that is running around here. So I do it like this and like this. And now you start seeing what is going on here. I inverse this and then I simply cut it. How is this? How is this? Now I'm going to create the shadows that should be here somewhere. And I'm going to do it like this. Okay. And these shadows should be here. It could be a bit darker, I think. I think that's okay, like this, or here perhaps. And this here. I'm trying to do this a bit fast here, and of course I should be here with a motor mouth telling jokes that would put any stand-up comedian to shame. But I'm trying to think about what I'm doing here, and I guess all the jokes have to wait for a better time. Maybe I will get a hang of this better later on. Now here we have what is hopefully the base for the shadow here. And so we select the shadows and we do it like this. And inverse this. As you can see, this is a template that I created myself. And now we have the shadows here. Let's see. You see how this pops out? I can turn this on and off, on and off, on and off. I can even decrease the opacity of this a little bit. If I think the shadows are too dark, too strong, then I can slightly make them slightly less, like this maybe. That's it. And what's next? Of course, next step here is to create the lights that will lighten up this thing here. And we do it like this color here. And let's just throw this in here. Don't be shy, just wash it over. Like this. Now, if it is possible also that there would be an audience that would have very, very strong meaning about this, and they could comment and tell me, don't do this, don't do that, this is horrible. May I suggest this? May I suggest that? And of course, since I am your servant, I would, of course, say yes to that. So what we are creating here is this, it's actually supposed to become a product. It will be offered and will be available in just a short while. Throw this in here and let's put a little bit of almost white here in the corners. So, what will happen now? What will happen now is I select the lights. Which have already been defined here. And I go to and this is how it looks. We can turn on the lights and off, as you can see here. And if I don't think that the light parts are light enough, then I can easily increase the lightness like this. Maybe like this. So, this is getting, I think, pretty much in the right direction. Now the only question is about the outlines. Should I put some outlines on these or not? Or maybe I should put outlines on in a few places and other places not. Maybe I could have white outlines, almost white, in some places, and in other places I would put some nice color. How about outlines that are a bit brighter than this, like here? Maybe here, here, here even. So what we are actually creating here is a scarf, and a scarf is a luxury product. So you are watching here something that normally is not shown openly as I'm doing here. Normally there is a designer who is sitting somewhere alone and doing this, and I'm doing it openly. And I actually don't know how many are watching. There are 3 likes now and 2 comments. I think that's a good start. This is okay. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the outlines, and I'm actually going to try this a few times. I'm going to try here the widest outlines I have. And now you see it. And I inverse this and cut it out. Now you can see the outlines here, and I can turn them on and off as with all the others. As you can see here, off, on, off, on. Is it better or is it worse with these outlines? Well, at least we will let them be here. So now is only the final part of this left, and that is to add the background. These are actually 2 colors that I had put together. Let's see how that comes out. Send this over. And now we are here. Take this. And this is like this. Now, I wanted to, the Vikings were the seafaring people. They sailed on their Viking ships across the North Sea, across the Atlantic, into the Mediterranean, around the Baltics, of course, the Baltic Sea. So I was thinking if it would be a good idea to have here an ocean as a background. Now I can, of course, do it something like this. And if I want to blur the border between the light blue and the dark blue, that is easy to do. I simply increase the size of the background. and it takes a little bit of time because this is getting a rather large file. I don't know those people who are watching if they know much about computers and computer files, but these images that I'm creating here, this is a scarf that we're doing here, that we are talking about commonly that single Photoshop file, single Photoshop image is up to between 1 and 2 gigabytes. Now I can tell you that is quite something. So here we have this, and now we are simply going to blur this. Let's see, blur. Even more and even more. And I think this is nice. Blurring this by 580 pixels. Voila. And then we're going to cut this down again, the size of this. If someone is watching this, I would be very happy to see more comments, if you like. Let's see if we can play around with the background color. Is there a different color that is better? I'm not so sure about that. Maybe this. Maybe this isn't so bad. Stronger blue, gray. As you can see, you can play around with this pretty much. Is this better? Anyone? I'm the designer. I rule this world here. But I mean, if people are watching, they say, no, this is horrible. I would actually listen to that. But let's. This goes in towards violet. This goes towards green, and then onwards to reddish brown. That's it. Final. Now we can check out if we would like this diagonal shape to be somehow different. We can turn it around like this. Is this better? Or is this better? Yeah, I think this is actually better. Now, there's only one thing I need now. That is my nice little logo. So we are back to here. What we were looking at in the beginning was these 3 animals here. We went into this file here, and now we have here what I think is actually quite a nice little scarf. So what we see here is a product. I'm fetching here the logo. I need to put the logo into this. And And when we have done that, then we are pretty much finished. So what you saw here was the creation of this design, and I'm doing that in real time. Usually, as I said, designers are sometimes a bit reclusive. They want to do this alone. This is their show. They run this show. They want to design this themselves. They don't necessarily want to listen to. But I thought it would be a great idea to allow simply others to watch when the actual creation is taking place, and they might even want to comment. Now this is red, as we can see here. Let's see if we can find a better color for this. This is okay, I think. So, what we have seen here is nothing less than the creation of a new design. So I'm saving the image here. I hope you enjoyed it, if you are still watching. This has been quite a little bit longer than I thought. It's 1 hour, 22 minutes already. I'm going to upload this into the website, and this product should be ready in about 10 minutes. As I said, this is the first live stream. First live stream session of this kind. And if you are watching, then I would like to offer you the discount that those who have watched this will be offered. The discount code is FIRST, F-I-R-S-T. The discount code is already live on the website. It's already on the website Look Viking. If you would like to get a 20% discount on any product on the website, you simply can use the code FIRST. This 20% discount will be live for about 2 days, at least 2 days, maybe a little bit more. 2 days, and then I will lower the discount to 15% for 1 day. It will then be lowered to 10% discount for 1 day, and then after that, the discount code FIRST will give will be 5% after that. So this is the first discount code. If anyone is watching this, and if anyone is watching this video afterwards, then you can go to the website lookviking.com, and this discount code is valid for any product on the website. The price of the products includes domestic shipping within the United States. Shipping to other countries will cost a little bit more. So this is, as they call it, free shipping. And now let's take a look at, I'm gonna upload this new design. I'm logging into the shopping area here. So now I am uploading this new design that we were creating here. I am uploading that up into on the website of the company that makes these scarves. That is a company in Canada. So just in a few minutes from now, the new design that we were creating live, in a live video on Facebook, will be available. And as far as I know, nobody has done this before. So this is, in a sense, a historic event. I have decided, I've put up a website named livestreamdesign.com, where I will explain this new concept. And in the future, live stream design sessions will be posted there. Now what I need to do is to add this new product to the shop, to the online shop. And I'm clicking and clicking and clicking on the mouse, and we are back to the Look Viking website. This is the scarf that we were designing, and we go on the Look Viking website, and these are all the scarves. These two are the scarves that I was showing you with the same pattern, and here it is. The first scarf designed in a live stream design session is formally, except I need to give it a little bit better name. This isn't quite the right name. The name should be First Live Stream Design Broa 1 Silk-like Poly Scarf. Now I save it. And let's refresh this. Yes, now the name is correct. So, thank you very much. If there is anyone out there who has been watching this the whole time, you have seen here the first live stream design session where an actual luxury product is created in a live stream session. So this is how the scarf looks like. Thank you very much for watching this. And again, as I told you, the discount code FIRST, it will then be live for the next 48 hours, which basically means the time now in New York is 11:10. It was around 10 o'clock. 11:10 p.m. in New York. The time in Los Angeles now, it was 7:05 when we were starting. It is now 8:10. So at 8:10 p.m. on January 1st, the discount will probably, I will maybe stretch it a little bit, but that's when the discount goes from 20% down to 15% for the discount code FIRST. This is the first discount code. And then 10% and then down to 10%. So thank you very much. And I hereby end this live streaming video of Look Viking. Thank you very much, and I hope you had a good year 2017. And I really wish you a very, very happy New Year 2018. Thank you.